New food can only be taken when the old one is out of the stomach. Work, good spirits, and the striving of the mind for perfection and knowledge lead to results that adorn life. When the brain is healthy and in a calm state, a person thinks sensibly. When in a state of hunger, one ought not to undertake labor. Walking is man's best medicine. Very often, the best medicine is to go without it. To know is science. To believe one knows is ignorance. Time always contains an opportunity. There are, in fact, two things: to know and to believe one knows. The natural healing force within each of us is the greatest force in getting well. The human soul develops up to the time of death. The drunkenness of fathers and mothers is the cause of the weakness and sickness of children. The doctor is a philosopher, for there is no great difference between wisdom and medicine. The doctor heals the disease, but nature heals. The brain contains our mind, madness, insanity, all our fears, horrors, and dreams, as well as our abilities and negligence. That which is not cured by the knife is cured by red-hot iron. That which cannot be cured with medicine is cured with a knife. That which cannot be cured by red-hot iron should be considered incurable. Tell me what you eat, and I'll tell you what illness you have. Some believe that we feel with the heart because it shrinks and freezes with sadness and worries. However, the heart is not capable of understanding and thinking. Only the brain can do this, and it is the brain that gives rise to our feelings. Never put off treatment until later. Neither satiety nor hunger is good if one transgresses the measure of nature. Marriage is a fever inside out. It starts hot and ends cold. Let food be the medicine, and medicine be the food. Just as clothiers clean cloth by knocking out dust, so gymnastics cleanses the body. It is necessary to treat not only the disease, but also to counteract the causes that bring it about. In everything, a slow transition from one to another is important. In despair, the sick person brings himself closer to death. If you are in a bad mood, go for a walk. If you are still in a bad mood, go for another walk. Idleness is the source of all vices. Where there is no idleness, there is no evil. Hunger weakens and kills a person. Heavy food destroys the human body. Therefore, you need to look for balance. Healing is a matter of time, but it is sometimes also a matter of opportunity. Frequent and causeless fatigue portends an impending illness. Extreme remedies are very appropriate for extreme diseases. Excessive food causes disease. Everything is good in moderation. Do not tell your illness to anyone, otherwise you risk getting advice that can harm you. Diseases that come from overwork are cured by rest, and those that come from idleness are cured by work. Disease always comes either from an excess or from a deficiency, that is, from an imbalance. declare the past, diagnose the present, and foretell the future. Burning yourself will always make you shine for others. Both sleep and insomnolence, when immoderate, are bad. Before you heal someone, ask him if he's willing to give up the things that make him sick. Avoid sex in old age because, at this age, it is safer to use other sources of pleasure. As to diseases, make a habit of two things: to help or at least to do no harm. Any excitement or strong manifestation of feelings is dangerous. Any excess is contrary to nature. All disease begins in the gut. A doctor's first commandment is to do no harm. Wine is an excellent drink for man, both healthy and sick, as long as it is used properly, in moderation, and according to his temperament. Wherever the art of medicine is loved, there is also a love of humanity. When the brain is healthy and in a calm state, a person thinks sensibly. When in a state of hunger, one ought not to undertake labor. When enough sins have accumulated, illnesses will suddenly appear. To do nothing is sometimes a good remedy. There are, in fact, two things: science and opinion. The former begets knowledge, the latter ignorance. There are many doctors in title, but very few in reality. The soul is the same in all living creatures, although the body of each is different. The physician treats, but nature heals. The patient must fight the disease along with the doctor. The function of protecting and developing health must rank even above that of restoring it when it is compromised. That which is not cured by the knife is cured by red-hot iron. That which cannot be cured with medicine is cured with a knife. That which cannot be cured by red-hot iron should be considered incurable. Tell me what you eat, and I'll tell you what illness you have. Sport is a preserver of health. Relieving pain is divine work. Prayer is indeed good, but when invoking the gods, a person must lend a hand. Natural forces within us are the true healers of disease. Men who masturbate 2 to 3 times a week have more life. Men ought to know that from the brain, and from the brain only, arise our pleasures, joy, laughter, and jests, as well as our sorrows, pains, griefs, and tears. Life is short, art long, opportunity fleeting, experience treacherous, judgment difficult. Let food be thy medicine, and medicine be thy food. Leave your drugs in the chemist's pot if you can heal the patient with food. It is necessary to treat not only the disease, but also to counteract the causes that cause it. It is much more important to know which person has the disease than which disease the person has. It is better to be full of drink than full of food. In despair, the sick person brings himself closer to death. Illnesses do not come upon us out of the blue. They are developed from small daily sins against nature. If you are in a bad mood, go for a walk. If you are still in a bad mood, go for another walk. If we could give every individual the right amount of nourishment and exercise, not too little and not too much, we would have found the safest way to health. Idleness is the source of all vices. Where there is no idleness, there is no evil. Hunger weakens and kills a person. Heavy food destroys the human body. Therefore, you need to look for balance. Foolish is the doctor who despises the knowledge acquired by the ancients. Everything in excess is opposed to nature. Everything happens according to nature. Cure sometimes, treat often, and comfort always. Both sleep and insomnolence, when immoderate, are bad. A wise man should consider that health is the greatest of human blessings and learn how, by his own thought, to derive benefit from his illnesses. Which quote did you like the most? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss out on the next video.